All right, so now we're going to look at an example. So let's say that I surveyed 100 PCC students. So that's like my universe. And I asked if they own a cat or a dog. All right, and we're going to assume here, let's see, I got my survey results back, and I have that 20 owned a cat, okay. 70 owned a dog, right, and 10 owned both. Okay, and so what I'm going to do is I'm going to fill in the Venn diagram. Okay, so first I need to label the circles. So when I'm going to fill in the Venn diagram, I'm going to fill in like the number of people that said like cat versus dog versus both. So I'm going to let this one be cat, and I'm going to let this one be dog. Okay. Now when it says 20 owned a cat, right, what it means here is this entire circle should represent 20. Okay. But I can't just write the 20 somewhere in the circle because some of those people might have also owned a dog, because you can see how cat and dog overlap. Okay, so let me erase that. Okay, so put cat back. Okay, so, and the same thing with dog. 70 owned a dog, but that has to go in the entire dog circle. What I can use right away is 10 said that they owned both, right? So 10 owned both, so I would write the number 10. I'm going to write the number 10 here. Okay. And now that I know that 10 goes in the middle, when it says that 20 owned a cat, then I know that the entire circle needs to add to 20, the entire cat circle. So to find out what goes in, I'm just going to color it for fun, what goes in this section right here, like I have to figure out which number goes in here. I'm going to do 20 minus the 10 that's already there. That gives me 10, and that's the number that goes here. All right, so 10 goes here. Then for dog, we know that the entire circle needs to add up to 70. We already have 10 accounted for here, right? So I'm going to do 70 minus 10, right? And then that gives me 60, right? So 60 goes here. And that means that there are 60 people that own only a dog, right? So 10 people have only a cat, 10 people have both, and 60 people have only a dog. Okay. Now, how many does that add up to? 10 plus 10 plus 60. Right, so 10 plus 10 plus 60. Right, that's only 80. But remember, I said I surveyed 100 students, and there's only 80 represented there. So why is there only 80? Well, think about, does everybody own a dog or a cat or a pet? Like, does everyone have animals? Some people don't, right? So the cat or dog owners add up to 80, but there's still 20 people not accounted for. And how did I get 20? Well, I do 100 minus the 80 people accounted for, and that equals 20. So 20 needs to go outside somewhere. I can just put it right here. And now all the numbers add up to 100. Okay. And then I could even go further with this. I could answer a question like, okay, well, what percent, let's do it in green, what percent of the students own both? All right, well, we see that 10 people own both, so that's going to be 10 out of 100. Sorry, I didn't leave much room here. 10 out of 100. So in our calculator, we do 10 divided by 100, and that gives us the decimal 0.1. And to change that to a percent, we do 1, 2 decimal places. So that would be 10%. All right, so we're going to do one more example, and this is actually going to be number 32 in your book in section 2.1. All right, so basically they have this survey, right? So they have, they ask 700 men, and they give them the survey. They check this box if they are a member of a private gym. And then they check this box if they are a vegetarian. All right, and so here's the results. So the results are 349 men checked the gym box, right? So 349 checked gym. And 101 checked vegetarian. So 101 checked vegetarian. And 312 were blank. So they didn't check any boxes. All right, so we're going to fill in the Venn diagram and then probably answer some question. All right, so we need to choose which set's going to be the gym and which one's going to be vegetarian. So I'll just do this one as gym, this one as vegetarian. All right, so how are we going to do this? Let's think about it. So with the gym, for example, 349 said gym. And so that means that 349, some of it's going to go here, though, and some of it's going to go here, right? We don't know how much of it is only gym and how much of it is our people that, men that were in gym members and a vegetarian, right? We don't know. And the same thing with the vegetarian. So 101 checked vegetarian, but some of it goes in the middle and some of it goes over here. So again, like, I don't know how much of the 101 goes where. In the last problem, they told me how much went in the middle, but I don't have that this time. Now I do know that 312 didn't check either box, right? So the 312 I can put somewhere. Do you know where I can put the 312? So that's going to go out here. All right, so 312. And that's really the only number I can place right now. But how many people are left? So if I do 700 minus the 312, that said neither, right? They didn't have either a gym membership or vegetarian. I'm going to do that in the calculator. So 700 minus 312, I get 388 people left. So what that means is that these three parts, these circles, right? There are going to be three numbers here, a number here, a number here, and a number here. They all have to add to 388. Okay. Just erase that. But if you look at the gym people and the vegetarian, so I'm going to write this on the side. So gym is 349 people altogether, and vegetarian is 101 people altogether. And if I add that, let's see, that's 10, that's 450. So this tells me that this gives me 450, but I thought there was only 388 people left. Okay. So do you notice that there should only be 388 people, but if I add the two numbers, the gym and the vegetarian, I get 450. And the reason is because some of those people get counted twice. The people that are in here get counted twice, right? Because gym includes the people in the middle and the people here. Vegetarian includes the people in the middle and the people here. Okay? So that kind of gives us the answer to how many people are in the middle. It should only total 388, but since the middle people got counted twice, right, then it's totaling to 450. So if I subtract, so I am going to do 450 minus 388, right? And so when you do 450 minus 388, you're going to get 62. And that are the people in the middle. So 62 people go in the middle. Okay. And 62 people go in the middle. And then now I can find the gym. Okay, so 349 minus 62 is going to tell me what goes here. So 349 gym people or gym guys minus 62 already accounted for. That's 287. And then for vegetarian, there's 101 vegetarians minus the 62 that are already accounted for is going to give me 39, right? So that's the number that goes here, 39. All right, so there's 287 people that have a gym membership, but they're not vegetarians. There's 62 people that are vegetarian and have a gym membership. 39 are vegetarians only, right? No gym membership. And then there's 312 people that don't have either. And a good way to kind of double check your answer is if I add all four numbers, it should add up to 700 because everyone should be accounted for. So I'm going to check my answer. I'm going to add 287 plus 62 plus 39 plus 312. And I'm going to double check that adds up to 700. So 287 plus 62 plus 39 plus the 312. Yep, that's 700. Okay. So this Venn diagram was a little bit more difficult than the previous one because they did not tell us the middle part. We had to find it. We had to find the middle part ourselves by comparing these two numbers here. Let's see if I can highlight those. So by comparing these two numbers, right, and the difference, because the middle people got overcounted, the difference in those two numbers told me what goes in the middle. All right. Most of the problems, I would say, are probably more like the first one, which was a little easier. But we also want to be able to use our detective skills. If they don't give us that number in the middle, then we're going to have to work a little bit harder. So now I have a classwork for you. You can pause it while you write down the question. But basically we have 250 people were asked about their TV show preferences. 195 said they watched Tiger King, 40 said they watched Love, 30 said they watched both. All right, so you're going to fill in the Venn diagram. And then you're also going to answer the question, what percent of people watched only Tiger King? All right, so you can go ahead and pause it and then come back and check your answer. All right, so make sure that we label these. Okay, so we can do this one as Tiger King. don't know, I've done something to make the iPad mad here. Let's try this. Let me try a different color. That's better. All right, so Tiger King and love. All right, so I feel like this problem's easier than the one that we just did because they did give us the number in the middle. We know that all the numbers had to add up to 250 people. 195 said they watched Tiger King. We can't use the 195 because some of it goes here and some of it goes here. All right, and we can't use the 40 that said they watched Love because some of that 40 goes here and some of that 40 goes here. All right, so, but they gave me the number in the middle. It said that 30 said they watched both. So that's a great start. That means I can put 30 here. All right. And then for Tiger King, the total for the Tiger King circle has to be 195, and 30 is already counted for. So 195 minus 30, right? And that gives me 165, right? And so 165 goes here. And then for love, 40 people watch Love minus the 30 people that are already there. That's 10. So 10 goes here. Okay. All right, and then, is that it? Is that done? Did you get that far? Because there's one other part. Okay. How many people should be accounted for? There should be 250 people accounted for. And how many people are there? So let's look. 165 plus 30 plus 10, right? That's actually only 205. And there should be 250 people accounted. Well, maybe there's those people that are too busy doing math homework, right? They don't have time to watch TV. So there's going to be some people outside the circle. Okay, so to figure out what goes outside the circle, so outside the circles, we're going to take the 250 minus the 205, and that gives me 45, and that's going to go out here, so 45. So now if you want to double check your answers, right, you can do it in the calculator. So if I want to check, I'll do 165 plus 30 plus 10 plus 45, and that should add up to 250, which it does. All right, and now for the last question, what percent of the people watched only Tiger King? So only Tiger King is this 165 people right here. They only watched Tiger King. They didn't watch the other show. So that is going to be 165, and then out of how many? There's 250 total. So 165 out of 250. So you divide that in your calculator, 165 divided by 250, and that gives me 0.66, and then to change that to a percent, I move the decimal 2 places to the right, so 66%. All right, so there you go. So remember, you have to try and get the number in the middle first if you can, and then work your way out, and make sure you account for the people that aren't in any of the sets.